الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله.
I remember reading somewhere, there's no winning in war. There's only, different degrees of losing. And I guess this week I had a chance to meet some people who've lost a lot. People whose lives have been completely turned upside down. As I walked through the camp, I just kind of saw this whole spectrum of things from people who are, they're very active, they're very resourceful. But there are also a lot of people who live in the camp in this kind of suspended existence, who don't have any business, they don't have work, and they get up in the morning and they eat, and then they spend the rest of the day waiting for the day to end in this kind of passive state. I remember meeting this young woman. Her name was Payman, and she was 16 years old, and she was living with her parents and her siblings at the Kawargos camp, and she was, a really good writer, and her dream was to pursue writing in Syria. But because of the war, her family moved last August to the Kurdistan region, and now she's living in a camp where she can't attend school anymore. A massive blow to her self-esteem, her hopes, her dreams. And she was really very eloquent and just kind of really thoughtful and mature. I brought up the idea of school and the subject of education, and she just burst into tears immediately. And it really took me by surprise.
بزغ فجر تاريخ مشرق خط حروفه رجل قل مثيله بين الرجال.
She read me this essay that she had written, and it was an essay about women's rights. And she wrote another short piece about the mythology around Nowruz, which is the New Year celebration.
لمرأة كسرت حاجز الصمت والخوف ووقفت في وجه الظلم والاستبداد وناضلت من أجل قضيتها العادلة.
Just writing is something that you do because you can't imagine not doing it. And so I get a feeling that you are writing because it's in your heart. And to me, the fact that there's an obviously talented young woman whose dreams have been taken from her, that's kind of an embodiment of this immeasurable damage and the loss that's been done to the Syrian people because of this terrible war. One of the really tough things about being a refugee is that, you see your life reset at zero. All the things you've worked your whole life is taken, and it's as if it didn't exist. It's wiped off the board, and you have to start from zero. And it's very, very difficult to restart life. The psychological impact of feeling helpless and feeling like you're not useful, feeling that you're a burden, the psychological burden of that is very heavy. I met another young woman who was remarkable, and her name was Nayleen. She was just this incredibly strong and fierce young woman. She had this really just kind of unshakable sense of confidence. What really I found remarkable is that she took such great pride in the fact that she's a professional.
مثلا بجي بشتغل وهيك اول شيء بريح عن حالي وهن منه بدي مصروف بيتي وجوزي وولادي اني ما بحب اني شلون ما كنت ناقصه شيء بسوريا ما بحب اني نقص عليهم هون بشيء كمان.
And she made sure that even this little salon in a tent in a refugee camp had a professional setting. I think it's just her way of fulfilling her dream, her way of finding purpose. And I was sitting on this hill that overlooks a Kawargos camp, and it was just, I have to say, a really beautiful scene. It was just about people who were just going on with their lives despite all the losses that they've suffered. People that have a human drive to continue life and to pursue happiness, however small it may be. That's such a weird thing about life, is that such kind of feelings of beauty and moments of grace can come out of tragedy and enormous suffering.